everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video I'm going to be doing a little tutorial on this look that I have going right here. I have this picture that I have saved from Brooke L on my phone. I've had this saved for like a million years, and so I decided today to kind of do a look with that as the inspiration. It's just like a really bronzy, like kind of a halo eye with like a nude lip and a really bronzy face. As always, I will link all the products I use in the description box down below, as well as links to where you can purchase them if you want to. I put out new videos every single Saturday, and yeah, let's get into it. And my eyebrows look orange. Don't look like that in real life, let me assure you. Diving right in, I'm going to just kind of warm up my crease using the Tarte Toasted palette, and I'm going to take the shades Warmth and Cozy. I'm going to be taking that on a big Morphe M533 brush. And I'm also going to dip a little bit into the shade Cashmere, and I'm just starting on the outer half of my eyebrow, or my eyelid, slowly working my way in. Cashmere shade that's a little bit lighter. I'm trying to there we go, so you can see better. And I'm taking this pretty high up almost to my eyebrow, the lighter shade Cashmere, which is this shade right there. I'm also taking it out pretty far since I don't have on foundation or anything yet. It's okay to take it out like a little bit far and be a little messy because we can always clean it up with like a makeup wipe. Just building on that product. Now going with the shade Cozy, it's a little bit darker, just on that same brush. I'm really going to concentrate this on the outer part of my eye. Okay, now going in with a Morphe, this is an M441 brush. It's just a little bit more concentrated. I'm going to take this really dark shade, it's called Fireside. And I'm just going to get a little bit of product on there, tap it off, and just really focus this on that outer corner as well, but kind of keeping it a little bit closer to the lash line, not going as high up. And the key here is just blending and blending and blending, windshield wiper motions back and forth so that it just is seamless and all kind of goes together. Okay, now because this look that I'm going for is slightly halo eye, it's not like a full halo eye, I'm gonna mix these two colors right here, the Cozy and Fireside, and tap off the excess and kind of go in towards the like front part of my eye and just kind of push that on right there like that. And then once I kind of have it set, I'm gonna go in with a Morphe M535 in the shade Latte and just really blend that out. Okay, now that we pretty much have all the matte shades that we want, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up with a makeup wipe. I don't like to do it too harsh because if you do it too like high up or too low, you're kind of in trouble. You can't really like fix that. So I just kind of do it a little bit, I kind of go to like under my eye, and then I just kind of go straight out, like straight back. I'm going to be mixing the Inglot pigment number 126 and the Artist Couture pigment in Diamond Bronze just on my eyelid. Okay, now for the lid, I was going to cut the crease with concealer, but I think what I'm going to do instead is use this Too Faced glitter glue. And I'm going in with two pigments on my eye. I'm using the Inglot pigment in the shade 126 and the Artist Couture pigment in the shade Diamond Bronze. The Inglot one is a little bit more red and the Artist Couture one is a little more gold. So I'm going to mix those two to kind of get the perfect shade that I'm looking for. So I'm just putting this glitter glue on the back of my hand because I don't want it to be too like sticky. And then I'm just going to tap it on the center of my eyelid where I want the pigment to really stick. And then taking just a Morphe R24 flat brush, I'm going to go in first with the Inglot pigment. And I'm just tapping it onto my brush because it's really easy to go overboard with this, and then I'm just gonna press it kind of where I want it to go. And I'm starting like right at the lash line and then slowly kind of extending the halo outward, just like that. It's so pretty. And then once I do that, I'm gonna go in again with it, but I'm gonna spray it with some Fix Plus just to give it a little bit more intensity and kind of go over it in the exact same place. Okay, so once I have that Inglot pigment pressed on, I'm going to go in with the Artist Couture pigment in the shade Diamond Glow, and I'm just going to press that right on top. And just to give it a little more dimension, the Artist Couture one's a little more gold. It's a little more reflective, I think. One thing I would really recommend whenever you're doing any type of halo eye, cut crease, anything like that, is to look at yourself in a mirror straight on with your eyes open and make sure that the sparkly in the part you're like trying to emphasize is going up high enough. Especially if you have hooded eyes, this can be like it can kind of make or break the look. I'm going to take this BH Cosmetics number 6 brush back in with the really dark Fireside shade and Cozy shades mixed. And I'm just going to go right to the edges where the matte and the shimmer meet and almost kind of like pat them together. But I want to make sure not to get too much matte on the glitter and vice versa. Just to kind of blend the two together. Actually, you know what? I'm totally going to play myself just a little. I'm not going to try a wing, but I am going to try and add a little bit more on my inner corner to get that like foxy eye vibe. But I don't know how closely I can film this because this is going to take some major concentration. But the way that I do this is when I go in on the inner corner. So the way that I do this is when I go to do my inner corner, I just ever so lightly extend the line. You can kind of tell. It's very subtle. I'm not doing it too intensely. Okay, so from there I'm just gonna curl and lightly coat my top lashes, and be sure, because I've made this mistake before, we haven't done our face yet, so we're only doing the top lashes. We're not doing the bottom lashes. I'm just using the NYX Worth the Hype mascara just because the lashes I'm wearing today are pretty dramatic, and so this is a good mascara just to like kind of coat your lashes, but it doesn't give them an overwhelming amount of volume to where it'll be difficult to put on your false lashes. Okay, the lashes I'm using today, I'm a little sketched out by, if I can be honest, but I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. These are the AOA Studio Premium Lashes in the shade Elita. They were only like $1.99 and they looked really pretty in the TikTok, and then when I got them I'm like, I don't know, like they look a little bit fake to me. Whenever you trim your lashes, always trim the outer side, because, let me explain. If you trim the inner side where it gradually is getting longer, you're gonna go from no lashes to like crazy lashes. Versus if you trim the outer side, you basically are just scooting them over a little bit and they're still getting gradually longer, and it looks much more natural as opposed to if you cut off the beginning part. Okay, I'm not mad at these at all. I actually think I probably could have gotten away with not trimming them. Yeah, but I'm already priming my face, but I'm gonna do my foundation, concealer, all that off camera, and I'll come back in to do my bronzer and my blush and my highlight. Okay, so now that my foundation is on, I'm gonna go in with the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Ganed. I don't know how to actually say that. And I'm putting that on with a brush, just right underneath my eye. This is a little bit darker of a under eye concealer than I normally prefer to use, but it's fine. So I'm going to use it on my chin. And for foundation, I am wearing the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, and then I spot concealed with the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation. I think I've mentioned it before, maybe. I don't love the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation as a foundation because it is so full coverage and so matte, and I don't know, I feel like it makes me look too fake. And so I like it a lot as a spot concealer because it is so high coverage that it's beautiful on like any areas. Like right here I have like a little bit of discoloration. I like it a lot for that purpose, but it's a lot as like a full foundation. And then I know I said it was fine that it wasn't light enough, but I lied. So I'm gonna go in just with the same brush and just do a little tiny bit of the e.l.f. Camo Concealer because it's in a really light shade. I'm just adding that just underneath my eyes right here, just a little bit. And I'm actually going to be using a brush today to buff up my concealer, just because whenever I do my eyes first, sometimes it freaks me out to use a beauty blender because I'm afraid I'm gonna like hit my eye right here and ruin my eyeshadow that I just spent all this time doing. Same with like where my eyebrows are right here. So I just feel like when I use a brush, I have a little bit more control of where the product is really going. So I'm using, this is my favorite brush to buff out concealer. This is the Morphe G40. I love this brush. It's kind of like my go-to. I own 2 of them because I use them for so many different things. I love them for concealer. I love them for cream contour. I just love this brush. Okay, so I'm looking a little ghostly because my eyes are so dark right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and warm up my face using the Chanel Soleil d'Etain de Chanel. I have heard that they reformulated this because I know that it was not available for a while, but I'm just taking that with a little stippling brush and just adding that to the hollows of my cheeks right here just to bronze up my face, adding it to my temples, a little bit on the center, or not the center, but like what is that called? My hairline? There we go. And I'm not really rubbing it, as you can tell. I'm more just like stippling it, I guess, with this brush into my skin. I was going to take a little bit and go right underneath my bottom lip. It's supposed to make your lip look a little bit bigger and like almost like mimic like a shadow. I'm going to take a little bit on my nose. Okay, now the last cream product I'm using, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand Highlighter, and y'all, this is gorgeous. I'm just taking that with my finger. I'm just kind of patting it on the high points of my cheeks. I went ahead and wiped the concealer off my lips, and I can't believe how pink and red they are. And there I'm going to take my beauty blender and just pat under my eyes. I know I said I didn't want to use a beauty blender to blend it out, but I like to use a beauty blender just to make sure it's nice and set in. From there I'm going to bake using the RCMA No Color Powder. This is one of my all-time favorite powders, and I'm just going to lightly bake like right here on my chin. Ooh, yeah. And then I'm kind of just setting, not really the rest of my face, but like any areas where I get a little bit oilier, like my laugh lines, any areas that are going to crease. And then I'm slowly just kind of blending the powder, like pressing it into my skin as much as I can. Oh, a little hack for the RCMA powder. I showed it in my empties video, but it comes in that like tube almost that is nearly impossible to get the powder out. So I ordered these on Amazon, these little containers. They came in like a pack of 3 for like $4, and I just put it into there and it makes it so much easier. Okay, I'm just gonna wipe off whatever excess powder is still on my face. From there I'm just gonna lightly add a little more powder bronzer. This is the Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer in the shade Tantric. I love this bronzer. It's as you can see, it's really got like a lot of product in there too. Like I've had this forever. I don't know why I'm using so many like bougie products today. Like I used some Chanel, some Charlotte Tilbury, now Marc Jacobs. Who am I? But any product that I use on my channel that is a little bit more expensive or a little bit more luxury, it's because they are worth how much they cost. Like I don't really care about the name brand at all. I care more about how the product performs. And all the products that I've used that are more on the pricey side perform phenomenally. Now to finish off the under eyes, I'm gonna go in with a BH Cosmetics number 6 brush, and with these 2 shades right here to start, tap off the excess, and I'm just gonna kind of join the 2 areas where the, like, does that make any sense? I don't really know how to explain what I'm doing here. I kind of just want this to be like a continuous blend, but I'm not taking this too far inward. I'm kind of taking it to the center of my eyeball. Like I'm not taking it any further than that. Less dense of a brush. This is just a Morphe. This has no number on it. I'm going to go in with the shade S'more. Yeah, tie out the excess and just use that to kind of blend it all out under my eye. From there I'm going to add some mascara to my bottom lashes. It's using the NYX Worth the Hype mascara again. Alright, now just to add some warmth back into my face, I'm going with the Morphe E4 brush and an OG cult favorite, the NARS Orgasm Blush. Just tapping off the excess, and I'm kind of focusing it more out, not as much like like super blushy e-girl look, more just like normal like old OG blush placement right here. However, I am going to put a little bit on just the tip of my nose, and I'm not really picking up new product to do that. I'm kind of just whatever is left. I'm going to put that on the tip of my nose. And then for highlight, I'm going in with another OG favorite. This is the Bobbi Brown Bronze Glow highlighting powder. I'm just taking that on a fan brush, which I saw a tweet the other day that said fan brushes are out, and I was kind of like, excuse me, I love my fan brushes. This is a Morphe M310, by the way. Okay, for lips, I want something like really neutral and nude, so I'm going to use these two. This is the Kylie lip liner in the shade Kylie, and this is the Desi x Katie collaboration with Dose of Colors in the shade No Shade. Not sure if that lipstick is still available. If it's not, I apologize. But it kind of reminds me of, oh man, what's the shade? There's a shade by MAC that it reminds me of, but it's just like, it's a little bit better. I can't think of it right now. And the reason this is pink and they're normally not pink is because this is from the birthday collection. However, they do still sell this in the Kylie kit. I don't know if they sell it by itself, but I know they sell it in the Kylie lip kit with the liquid lipstick. And I am going to add a gloss because I can't leave them just like this, even though they do look really pretty just like this. I'm going to use the Dose of Colors gloss in the shade Honey I'm Home. And this is a very like light gloss. I'm just going to put like a dot here. I'm just going to dot it on my lower lip. And lastly, I'm going to set my face. This is just rose water with a little bit of a loose highlighter in it. And there you have it. This is the finished look. I really like how it turned out. I'm loving this lip combination. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I will be leaving all the products that I used in the description box down below with links to where you can go if you want to get them yourself. And yeah, I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! I'm feeling very Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. The reality of this situation is I have on a full face of makeup, jewelry, earrings, all that, and then BAM! Sweatpants, baby! Let's get it. Let's get into it. Help. I also realized that in my prior videos, anytime I would highlight my Cupid's bow, I always called it my philtrum. It's like the scientific term. I'm a speech therapist, and so that's the term I'm used to using. But if you ever hear me say philtrum and you're like, what is a philtrum? It's your Cupid's bow. Wow, so pretty.